Welcome to Culture Pop Collectibles, where everything we sell and talk about is pop cultural. I'm your host, Anthony Thomas, and on today on CP Daily, I'm showcasing five comic books, and they are gimmick covers that I call gimmick covers, and some are. I would say all these here I consider good because you got bad gimmick covers and you got good gimmick covers, and these five I personally like. So and we got two Marvel, and we got one DC, we got one Image, and we have one Chaos Comics cover that I'm going to showcase today. And first up, we have Daredevil. Daredevil. This is number 500, and this particular issue is a wraparound cover, and it's the Return of the King, and this is the conclusion of it, and it has like I think three storylines in this particular issue. It's a thick issue, and it has three storylines on it, and it have like three different writers. You have like six different artists that are featured in this particular book, and like I said before, this is a wraparound cover, and I love what they're showing Daredevil in his yellow uniform, as well as red, showing him kneeling here, and I'm assuming that this is basically when his dad passed away. Let me just take it out the sleeve board, and we can see a little bit more. Let me just lean back and do that, not in front of the camera. So, what we have here, we have, let me see something here. Let me see if you can see that. You got Bullseye that's featured in here, Kingpin, Iron Fist, Luke Cage. That looks like Sabretooth, but I don't think that's Sabretooth. And, oh man, I forgot that character's name there. But on the back, we have Bullseye again, we have Elektra. Some of these characters I'm not familiar because I'm not I won't say I'm not a huge Daredevil fan, but I am a fan, but I just didn't keep up with a lot of his role characters. But as you can see, it pops out. It's a 3-panel page. And I'm assuming it would have been cool. I don't know. Maybe Marvel made a poster of this. A great poster. So Daredevil and his friends as well as his enemies in this here particular issue. Great. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I was going to say great read, but I haven't had a chance to read this particular issue. But I bought that cover as well as the Alex Ross cover. And I can't tell who the signature is on at the bottom. I was trying to relate it to in the book, and I'm not familiar. It might be Del Otto. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure if you're familiar with his books, you know who this is. Next up, I have Chaos Comics. This came out. This is number 1 of 5. This came out in October of 1995. October of '95. And let me just give you a little bit on this particular cover. Obvious, Chaos Comics is which they're called Coffin Comics. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think they changed their name to Coffin Comics. It might still be Chaos, but I think it's Coffin if I'm not mistaken. I know I've seen some on Economic and Comics where he was doing an interview with those guys. Steve Hughes, he passed away. The gentleman that did the cover on this, he passed away. He was a black gentleman. His name was Steve Hughes, and the colors on here is Jason Jensen, and creators Brian Polidou, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I'm sorry. And illustration inside is Just Nito or something like Just Nito. And letter is Richard Stark and Comic Graph. Yeah, coffin cover concept is Brian, the same owner, creator rather. I'm pretty sure he's the owner. And coffin cover art is Steve Hughes and Jason Jensen. And they got a pin up in here, a cremator. Pin up is Jason Jensen, and back cover photo is Jim McHugh. And this here particular issue is, you can tell this particular here is none only than Evil Ernie. Evil Ernie. Let me see here. I got my backdrop back there. Evil Ernie. And I got my, if you can see in the back, which I know you can see my different Thanos. These particular books in the back are from my personal collection. But I'm a big Thanos fan. But here we have Evil Ernie, Straight to Hell, 1 of 5, and this at the time cost $2.95. But I'm gonna show you why I like this cover. I'm gonna leave it in front of the camera. I'm gonna take this off. Let me take this book off here. I can have more room. It pops up like that on the top. And you can notice that he has rats all around it. And also the bottom folds out on his leg. So he's actually in a coffin. Evil Ernie is actually in a coffin. And in the inside is the same thing. Same thing. Only difference is that it doesn't have the title and all that writing on it. And Hughes signed it. They moved the signature up by his thighs, by his belt. And the front cover, on the front cover, it's down there by his knees. So that is a cool cover. I like that cover. Let me put it back in his backing board. So you got a wraparound cover, and you got I call a pop-up cover, or a flip out. It's not really a wraparound cover. It's just the top part of it pops up, and the bottom part pops up. So next is from DC. Now, this is nothing strange about this cover besides it's just one of the gimmicks that I consider that comics use, and that is, and this is a good gimmick. It's basically you got Green Arrow and Black Canary, and this came out in November of 2007, and this is Amanda Connor. She did the artwork in this here, as well as Jane Wickett. So and let me see if there's anything different in the side of. It's been a while since I looked at this book. Yep. Just basically. Nothing fancy about different about the cover. Yep, no wraparound. The only thing different is that this is, and the reason why I say this is, I consider this a gimmick cover, is because it's a wedding cover. Basically, it's the wedding special of Green Arrow and Black Canary. #1. And let me see. Amanda Connors, she did do the artwork in this. I think she did. Let me see. Did she do the inside as well? Looked like she did the inside. Because you got John. Well, Nick is the writer. Amanda Connor is the artist. Ken Lopez is the letterer, as well as Paul Mountains is the colorist. So, yep, so she did that. This is, I'm a fan of Amanda Connors. Got to meet her a couple years ago at MegaCon. And that's #1, first issue. And next up is that we have, now this particular issue is, you might can guess it. I'm gonna give you the colors. Only 2 colors on the whole front cover. It's black and silver. Black and silver. Silver. Black and silver. Silver. And it is, can you guess? So I show it. I'm not gonna show it just yet. See. And it is, I like, and one thing about this cover is, even though this is a wedding cover, the Daredevil is a wraparound cover. I consider that even Ernie is a flip out cover. Basically, it flips the bottom and the top, and in the same pictures that's on the front of this particular book is on the other side of the book. Only thing different is that Evil Ernie name and Straight Outta Hell is not on that side. This particular cover here, the cool thing about this is it's actually 2 covers in one. So it's a cutout of the character, and then it has a headshot of him inside of the next page, and basically the cover is highlighting parts of his uniform and making it one cover. And this is, I said, this is Image book. This is the #1 issue. This came out in 1993. This came out in 1993. Wow, it's a long time ago. That's when Image was just getting rocking. I think it was Image started in 1992, if I'm not mistaken. And so let me put this over here. And if you haven't figured out who it is yet, its creator and writer and penciler is Jim Valentino, inked and lettered by Chance Wolfe. Big backgrounds by Brad W. Foster, colors by Frank Lopez, and computer graphics by Glenn Cano and John Dixon. So this, I don't know if he's still doing anything with this particular character, but I thought he was a good character. And let me just, Shadowhawk, that's #2, Shadowhawk 2. I actually got Shadowhawk #1, but I got this one. I bought this one because I like the cover. And you can really, let me see. Can you really see that? Let me give it a little bit more light. I use my other light. better yet, let me do this here. Let me, yeah. See, with that illuminates it a little bit more. But yeah, the Shadowhawk, he's standing on top of a building. I think that would have been a great character. Let me put him back into the backing board. Plastic. Yeah, but I think he would have been a great character if they would have utilized him right. I don't know if Jim Valentino is still using him. Let's put that up. Now next up is this particular issue of Marvel. This is Marvel Multiverse. Marvel's alternative verse. Alternative verse. This is Marvel Alternaverse. I guess this is before they got into the other universes and stuff. Well, this is part of that universe. This is just a small run. This is one thing I like about this cover, and actually they did this with Marvel too, if I'm not mistaken. I got those issues. They did this with a couple of other matter of fact. Yeah, they did that. Oh, these are another Marvel Alternaverse books. Same thing with these books here. So yeah, so they had a series going on with this one. But this one here is Ruins, and it's called RUINS. And it shows a cameraman standing over the superheroes. And I'm gonna take this one out of the backing board and plastic. Is that it's a clear cover just with the name one on the top, and then it has the actual cover of a painting of a reporter, look like that he's standing over the fallen superheroes. And it's a painted cover. And the artist is Cliff Nelson and Teresa Nelson. I'm assuming they're either brothers or husbands, brother and sister, or husband and wife. And writer is Warren Ellis, and letter is Jonathan Badcock, and cover design and logo is Joe Kaufman, as well as the cover painting is Teresa Nelson. Teresa Nelson. She did the cover art in this. So this book, I haven't read this book yet, but this looked like it is painted, and the whole thing was painted. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. But before I get deep in that, this here is Ruins. Ruin up. Let me take it down. As you can see, this cover here, clear. It pops over painting cover on the inside. Which I thought was pretty cool. But the inside is also nice. I mean, the inside, let me just show you. If you can see that. And it's all painted. This definitely is a good book to get, I would think, to add to your collection if you can find it. It's a hard book to find. So let's go back over the ones that I have shown you. So you got Ruins here. You got Shadowhawk. I can see the cutout cover. It's two covers in one, basically. You got the flip cover. Top, bottom flips up. This flips down. He's in a coffin. And then you have the wedding cover, because you know people usually buy the wedding covers and stuff because they figure they're gonna be worth some money, you know. And got wraparound cover of Daredevil. So I just want to thank you today for checking CPC out. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, hit that bell icon, leave a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Leave a comment, and we'll see you next time on Culture Pop Collectibles and on our CP Daily shows.